Hello everyone, my name is Ashish and you are watching another web guy YouTube channel, and in this video we are going to learn about a special JavaScript object that is known as arrays. So without wasting any time, let's get started. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell icon so that you don't miss any of our videos. Let's first understand what is an array. JavaScript arrays are used to store multiple values in a single variable. An array is a special variable that can hold more than one value at a time. It is very useful to store a list of items in a single variable if you want to perform certain operations on it, like if you want to loop through it or you want to add something to each of the values in the list. Now let's see how to create an array. To create an array, we'll use the array literal method, which is the easiest and it is the most widely used method. You can see the syntax on the screen. So to create an array using an array literal method, we just need to declare a variable, then we will start our angle brackets, and inside the angle brackets, we can place the different elements of array separated by a comma. The point here to note is the spaces and line breaks are not important, so an array declaration can span over multiple lines. The elements of the array can be accessed by using its index number. The arrays have a zero-based indexing. That means the first element of the array will have an index of 0 and it will continue to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So for example, if you want to access Volvo, we will write cars and in square bracket we will write 1 because the index of Volvo is 1, Ferrari is 0 and Volvo is 1. If you want to access the complete array, then you can simply use the array name. Now if we use the type of operator on the arrays, we will get object in the result. This is because the arrays are special type of objects. The main difference between arrays and objects are that the arrays use numbers to access its elements, whereas the objects use names to access its element. We will learn more about objects and how to access its elements later in another video. Now one more thing which you need to note is that you can have anything as an element of the array. For example, you can have numbers, you can have objects, you can have different arrays or functions as an array element. Now there are some important methods which are used to access the elements of arrays. You can see some of them on the screen. Let's see the example one by one. The first is the length method. The length method or the length property returns the length of an array. The length property is always one more than the highest array index. That is, if here we have an array of 3 elements, then the highest index is 2, that is 0, 1, 2. The length property will return 3, that is 1 up than the highest index in the array. Next is the toString method. The JavaScript toString method converts an array to a string of array values. For example, here we have the array of 3 elements. If we use the toString method, we will get a string of all the elements separated by a comma. We can also use the join method to join all the array elements into the string. The difference is that here we can also provide the separator. So here you can see on the screen that I have provided the separator as star. I'll get the array elements separated by a star. Next is the pop and the push method. When you work with arrays, it is easy to remove elements and add new elements. This is done by popping and pushing. Popping is removing items out of an array and pushing is inserting elements into the array. So if I use the pop method onto our array, the last element will be deleted. The pop method also returns the value that was popped out, so we can use another variable to store the popped out element. Similar to pop, we have the push method. The push method adds a new element to the array at the end. So if I use the push method onto our array, we can see an element added to the end of the array. The push method also returns the new array length, so we can use another variable to access the new length of the array. Similar to pop and push, we have shift and unshift method. The pop and push methods are used to add and remove elements from the end, whereas the shift and unshift method are used to add elements or remove elements from the front. So if I use the shift method onto our array, the first element will be removed. The shift method also returns the string that was shifted out. Just like shift, we have an unshift method which adds new element to the beginning of the array. Here you can see how I have used the unshift method to add another element at the beginning of our array. Just like the push method, the unshift method also returns the new array length. If you want to change any particular element inside the array, then you can access those elements by using the index number. For example, here if we want to change the first index of array, that is the second element, so we can just write the array name and the square bracket, the index number, that is 1 in our case, and the new value which we want to change. We can also use the length property to append a new element to the end of the array, because the length property always gives one higher than the last index value. So we can use the length property to add a new element at the end of the array. You can also use the delete method to delete certain elements from the array. You just have to write delete, array name and the index number. However, using delete may leave undefined holes in the array, so we should try to use pop or shift instead of using the delete method. These are only some of the popular array methods which we have learned. There are numerous other array methods which allow us to operate on the arrays. If you want a further reading on the array methods, you can follow the link in the description. That was all about JavaScript arrays. Thank you for watching the video. Please hit the like button if you learned something. If you are new here, consider subscribing. See you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.